One last time before the Christmas break, it's the panel brought to you by Sport Check. Tom Gazol alongside Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer from the Oilers Radio Network. And guys, the Oilers have an opportunity to reach the 500 plateau before the break. And it seems like, Jack, with their first three-game winning streak of the season, they're getting some confidence back.
Well, and they're doing it at home. I think the game the other night was the first time we really felt that same sort of electric atmosphere that we did for much of the season last year here at Rogers Place. The Oilers, for the first time in 12 seasons, rallied from a goal down with less than 4 minutes to play to win in regulation, and they did it against a team that had handled them convincingly earlier in the season. But that was the Oilers then. A month later, Edmonton's starting to play a lot better, especially 5-on-5. They've gone to the three centers down the middle, and what it's done is not necessarily triggered the center ice people, but it's triggered the offense from outside sources. Patrick Maroon told me the best line and the best pairing for the last month has actually been Mark Letestu and Zach Kassian. And Connor McDavid said after the game, the comeback win over St. Louis, that reminded me of last year. When he says that, that gives an inkling that the whole room is starting to feel that magic again.
Now, Bob, having said that, there's still some holes in the game right now, and the power play is front of mind, isn't it?
Well, Jack alluded to the 5-on-5 play, and right now the Edmonton Oilers are amongst the top 5 teams in the NHL in a couple of possession metrics. Number 1 in Fenwick and top 5 in Corsi. And I know some people roll their eyes on that stuff, but that is a sign that they're doing the job 5-on-5, and I think the three centers has played a factor in that, as well as the improved play of Letestu and Kassian. The beauty of the situation is they've got their goalie going. Cam Talbot's won, 6 consecutive starts now, 3 in a row since coming back. They've got the strong 5-on-5 play. They're getting some more guys integrated in the offense, but they got a lot more room to grow. They got a very favorable schedule over the next 6 weeks, in my opinion, and their power play is not going to continue having 4 for 44 runs over the last 15 games. Like, it's going to get better. It got hot last year. And we know Connor McDavid's going to get hot at some point, too. Now, that might coincide with the power play, but those factors, to me, are a sign this team can continue to string some wins together.
Andre Sekera plays for the first time in 7.5 months. Guys, what did we like about his game?
Well, what Andre Sekera gives you, and that's a guy who's as smooth on the ice as he is off it. He's a popular guy in the room, and
always smiling.
Well, he's a guy who can play 25 minutes in a rocking chair. He's I guess you could say a poor man's Ryan Suter. He's valuable for Edmonton in so many different ways. He's going to give, I think, the power play eventually a little bit of a head start in terms of just being the trigger man back there. I think his passes, the first pass he makes is usually right on the tape. I think eventually that's going to bode well for this Oiler power play. I also think he can help with a penalty kill. He's poised with the puck in his own zone. His clears are outstanding. He's a guy, because he figures in all three facets, he's as valuable as a guy there is on the Edmonton Oilers roster right now, because he solidifies that back end, especially when you've got some guys back there banged up, Oscar Klefbom most notably. So all of a sudden the Oilers are a little deeper on D. As Bob said, now they got Cam Talbot back and playing well. He's tied a career high with those 6 wins in a row. So things are trending in the right direction. They've got a lot of divisional games coming up. They're 5-1 inside the division. They've played well inside the Western Conference, and they're starting to play better at home.
All right, Stoff, tee up the game against the Habs on a Saturday night. They got to go through Calgary on Friday night. What are we going to expect from Montreal?
Well, for the third consecutive game, Tom, the Oilers are going to face a team without one of their top guns going. I mean, they get the San Jose Sharks, and Todd McClellan referred to Logan Couture as the Sharks' Connor McDavid. Then Edmonton gets Jaden Schwartz, and we know what a driver Schwartz has been. I mean, we didn't call Vladimir Tarasenko, other than egregious giveaways last night. Tarasenko didn't really earn much during the course of last night's game. Well, now it's Shea Weber out. And to me, this is a matchup. Jack and me ran the numbers last night. 4-11-2 Montreal is against the Western Conference. The Oilers absolutely house the Canadiens at the Bell Center. It's a tough matchup for Montreal with Weber in the lineup. They're banged up in the back end. We likely won't be seeing Carey Price. Maybe that's not a good thing for the Oilers. They've owned them, but Price had a heck of a game here last year. And the Oilers can't go to sleep one game early or check out one game early. They still got to take care of business against Montreal, and the opportunity's there tomorrow night.
All right, so it's the Oilers and Habs, 5 p.m. start. Note the time. Jack and Bob will have the call for you as always. I'll have you covered right here on EdmontonOilers.com. From Jack, Bob, myself, the EdmontonOilers.com and Oilers TV crew, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.